The almighty Prince Vegeta!
Yo guys, in today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 5 most well-aged units in Dragon Ball Legends. Now I haven't done one of these top 5 videos in a while. I believe my last top 5 video was it top 5 most underrated units or something like that? And it's been quite a while since I dropped that, so I thought, you know what, screw it. There's not really too much going on in Legends right now. We're waiting until the PvP season resets and the new banner to come out. Hopefully it's this week. I believe we're going to get a new LF unit. A lot of people are speculating that it's going to be the LF Fisku from the Broly movie, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, considering there isn't any content right now, I thought, you know what, I'll just do a top 5 video. Been a while since I've done one, and I always like to see different people's perspective and opinions. So if there's any units that you feel I've missed out on this list, that you feel have aged really well, let me know down below. I think I know a few that you guys might mention, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's jump straight into it. So in at number 5, we do in fact have Jhin. He was released on Black Friday 2020, so just under a year old, so he's not ancient or anything like that. But for a unit like Jhin, that is just strictly damage based, it is very rare for them to age as well as he has. So when he first came out, he was very limited team wise. You either ran him on Rival Universe or alongside the Pride Troopers, but those teams really haven't got the support or the depth to even warrant running them in the top ranks, so you didn't really see him for too long. However, fast forward a couple of months down the line, and Legends started to slowly release the Powerful Opponent tag. Fast forward another few months down the line, and we're at a point now where Powerful Opponent is actually one of the best tags in the game. They've got so many options of every colour. They are still in need of a support based unit, just to put the finishing touch on the team, just to provide key, more support, damage buffs, all that stuff. But once they get that, we will see Jhin at his full potential. So it's never really been a case of Jhin aging badly. I feel like it's more a case of him not really having a team he belongs to, or a team that is viable in the top ranks. But now that Powerful Opponent is getting buffed the way that it is, I think we are going to be seeing a lot more of Jhin, and rightly so, because he is a fantastic unit. So among Jiren's best qualities are of course the fact that he has blast armor on absolutely everything, his blue card, his ult, his green card, his strike, so it's very easy to gain priority with him. He still hits incredibly hard without even the need of a support unit. He has around 270k strike attack, which is crazy for a unit that doesn't transform. His blue card hits like a truck, his ult hits like a truck. He has one of the best green cards in the game, even though you can't combo it. I mean, listen to this green card, right? Draws 4 new cards, restores key buff 50, completely restores his vanishing gauge, locks opponent in for 5 counts, and 20% to strike damage for 20 counts. Like, that is crazy, man. He also has a really good main ability too, so all round, I think Jhin is just a fantastic unit, aged really well, and considering the future of Powerful Opponent, and it's one of the rising tags in the game, I feel like he's going to stick around for a very long time. In at number 4, we do of course have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Now everybody knew this guy was going to be on this list. He's widely accepted as one of, if not the most well-aged unit in Dragon Ball Legends. Now it's funny with him because a lot of people actually believe that he's a support unit, but he's not. He's actually a range unit with just crazy support capabilities, so he actually gets the best of both worlds. He gets the damage of a range unit and the support capabilities of a support unit, so I guess you'd call him like a pseudo support unit, but in my opinion, his kit is just absolutely timeless, man. Like, he's aged so well, and still one of my favourite units to use to this day. So you'll often see him run on Future, that is his main team, or Vegeta Family, but Vegeta Family's not really in a spot right now where they're viable at the top ranks. You can run them there, but they don't have much depth, so more often than not, you will see him on Future. Now this might be a little bit controversial, but I do feel like he is still the best option for Future. We did get the brand new Vegeta Blue for the 3rd anniversary, and I can't even cap that Vegeta Blue just outshines Vegeta in regards of damage. But when it comes to support and disrupting the enemy team, I still feel like Vegeta is the best choice, and he does have great synergy with some of the better units on Future. So if you're unaware of what he does or how he supports the team, he buffs his allies' blue card damage upon activation of his own blue card by 20% every time he activates it. On his main ability, he gives 30% to allies' blast damage for 30 timer counts and shortens ally sub count by 5. He also draws a blue card and gets 50 key. On his first unique ability, he gives 20% to allies damage inflicted for 15 timer counts every time he uses a blast or strike. Whenever he switches out and into another character, he draws a card if you've got 3 or less and also restores your key by 20. And then this, in my opinion, is his biggest asset and what makes him so timeless. Whenever he gets defeated, so these are in fact death buffs, he increases ally damage by 35%, he restores Future or Vegeta Family allies' health by 20%, and reduces enemy Dragon Balls by 3. Now that is absolutely huge. If you run him alongside Green Goku Black or Blue Zenkai 7 Trunks, his support when he's alive is already crazy, like he makes them infinitely better. But then you partner that with his death buffs and the disruption to the enemy team, and it just makes him such a valuable unit, and a unit that I don't see aging anytime soon. Coming in at number 3, we do in fact have Majin Vegeta. Now, don't worry, this is the final Vegeta on this list, the final Vegeta unit. There's not just going to be a list full of Vegeta units and me being biased, that's not the case. I truly believe that Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Majin Vegeta are two of the most well-aged units in this game. So Majin Vegeta was released in August 2020, so he is now a year old. Very underrated unit in my opinion. When he was first released, he suffered from the same problems that Jhin had, where he only had 2 viable teams, one of them being Saiyans that was just full of blue options. I mean, by the time of his release, people already had Nameku at Zenkai 7, and who are people going to choose on their Saiyans team? A low-starred Majin Vegeta because he is obviously an LF unit and he's hard to pull, or a Zenkai 7 Nameku who is just absolutely crazy. So, didn't get onto Saiyans at the time of his release, and Vegeta family was actually in a worse spot back then than it is now. So, imagine this, there's no Angel Vegeta, there's no Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Zenkai, there's no Super Saiyan 2 Zenkai 7 Trunks, who would funnily enough go on to replace him a few months down the line. So, Vegeta family was a mess. He couldn't get onto Saiyans, so he was always going to fizzle out very quickly. But what people didn't realise is actually how good of a unit he is, especially if he's at 6 or 7 stars, or if he's run alongside Angel Vegeta, who just turns him into an absolute monster. And that is one of the perks of Majin Vegeta right now. He has great support. He has Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, who we just spoke about, and then you also have Angel Vegeta, who, in my opinion, is one of the top 2 best support units in the game alongside Vados. And if we're considering Majin Vegeta alongside those 2 to support him, he can rack up some serious numbers, extend combos with the key from the switch in. Just crazy, man, just crazy. I've been running those 3 recently and they work really well together. So anyway, why do I feel like he has aged really well as an individual unit? Hardest hitting blue card in the game in my opinion. He does of course have a few contenders. You have Nameku's counter when you land it. You have Piccolo's green to blue card combo, you have Zenkai 7 green Broly's green to blue combo. There are a few units that do hit really hard with their blue card, but I just feel like Majin Vegeta's blue card just hits insane numbers, man. It nullifies endurance as well, and it also has blast armor. So, best blue card in the game in my opinion. He gets 30% of his health back when he transforms, so you can take damage with him early, it's not a problem. He gets 40% extra damage against Goku units, so that includes Nameku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, all of the Super Saiyan 3s, UI. So that's 40% on his own. And then if you have his plat equip at a decent level, you can get an extra 10% from that. So 50% potential damage against all Goku units, which is absolutely insane, considering how often we do see Son family. Another great unique that he has that is very underrated in my opinion is his damage inflicted every time the opponent lands a card or uses a card. I think he gets 10% damage inflicted for 15 counts every time the enemy uses or lands a card, so he can rack up some serious numbers. You also haven't got to worry about him taking damage too much, especially when he's in his base form, because when he transforms he gets 30% health back. You have Angel Vegeta's switch in, which heals him by 10% every time. You have Angel Vegeta's main, heals him by 25%. And he also has access to a lot of really good tanky equips that increase his base health, blast defense, strike defense, so you've never really got to worry about him taking damage. He has a really good second main ability as well, post-transformation. So when you pop it, he gets 50 ki, he gets a blue card, he gets 100% damage to the next blue card, 100% extra damage, so his next blue card is going to have 200% damage. He also nullifies cover rescue, cover change, anything like that for the next 10 time accounts. So if you're mid-combo and you pop that, someone is going to take a hell of a lot of damage. So if it's a Goku unit, rest in peace, you're getting one-shotted. Even Super Saiyan 3 Goku, if you hit him with that, it's going to do a hell of a lot of damage, even considering the type disadvantage. So, very good main ability. He also has a very good green card, which is an AoE of course, AoE knockback green. It restores his ki bar 30, draws a random card, and also gives him 20% to his damage inflicted. So, very good green. And finally, every time you land a strike card, there is a chance that you will get 5% health back. So, very good unit, very underestimated in my opinion. Didn't get the love he deserved on release, but if you want to try him out now, run him alongside Angel Vegeta and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and I promise you, he will not let you down. Coming in at number 2, we have Transforming Goku Black. Now, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be anyone who's going to disagree with this, because what a unit, man. He literally plays almost identical to when he was first released. He has Zenkai level offensive stats at high stars, and to be honest, a unit of his quality was never going to age badly, but The reason why I feel like he's aged as well as he has is because of where the meta is right now. It is, of course, hybrids every single game, if you didn't know. And Goku Black does indeed have 25% extra damage to hybrid Saiyans, so works out very well for the current meta. You do, of course, have Revival Gohan to counter him, but that is why you're going to have to make sure your other units alongside him are on point. So if you aren't familiar with this Goku Black, and you have been living under a rock for the last year, he has great damage with both his blast and his strike. Doesn't matter what you land with him, he's going to do some serious damage. He has basically endless combos. He has card draw speed once he transforms. He gets it again when you activate his second main ability. He draws 4 new cards there as well, reloads his hand. He also draws 3 new cards every time you pop his green card, and he gets key with that as well. So just ongoing, constant combos, great for farming Rising Rush. And unlike Vegeta Blue, his damage has not got worse, he's not aged, nothing like that. He still does the exact same damage that he did before. He also disrupts enemy combos. Every time they hit him, he reduces their key by 5. He also has a great unique that goes hand in hand with his card draw speed and his ability to draw cards, which is every time he draws a new card, he gets 10% damage inflicted. So if you imagine you pop a green card, you get 3 cards there, you get 4 new cards from his second main ability, so just infinite damage potential. You've also got his bleed effect that does pretty decent damage over time, on top of him having a really good blue card with blast armor as well, so pretty easy to use and probably one of the easiest units in this game to use, very new player friendly, and a unit that I can't see aging anytime soon. Was there ever any doubt? Coming in at number 1, we do of course have Zenkai 7 Fat Buu, the only Zenkai on this list. Now listen to this, listen how crazy this is. This guy was released in January 2020, so over a year and a half ago, and he's still an absolute menace. The main unit on regen, the unit that holds regen together, absolutely timeless kit, the hardest unit to kill in this game in my opinion. Still, a year and a half down the line after his Zenkai, we've had so many good units released since then, and he still holds the crown as the hardest unit to kill in this game. So if you are unaware of what Fat Buu does, his main asset is constantly being able to heal the team. So he restores 25% to him and all his allies upon activation of his main, restores 30% of damage received every time he takes a combo, restores his own health by 15% every time he changes cover. He has crazy high defenses, he has 190k strike and blast defense, and honestly it really shows, man. When you're going up against Fat Buu, unless you've got a Super Saiyan 3 purple Goku, you just cannot get rid of him. He constantly comes back, you just can't get rid of him. Every time he switches in and out, he's just going to keep healing. Once you feel like you're truly getting somewhere against regen, you've got all 3 of the units down to 50% health. He then activates his main, and all the damage you've been doing for the last 30 to 40 counts is out the window. They're all at 100% health again. You get demotivated, you start to make mistakes, you get frustrated, and that's when they just tie you up, rush you twice, and it's game over. So he is the core of that team. He makes regen work, he makes them what they are, and without him, they just fall apart. But don't get it twisted, he does offer a lot more than just being a defensive based unit. He has extra damage against Saiyans, he gets 5% every time he lands a strike card, up to a possible 40% I believe. So once he's built up, he does start to do a decent little bit of damage, but that's not his main asset. Apart from his defensive capabilities, the best thing about this guy is his lock-in. So the first 3 times he comes in, he locks your opponent in for 5 counts, they can't switch out, and he also locks their strike cards, so he's perfect to start off with, especially if you're going up against a strike-based team, and he's also very good in today's meta because he can isolate units and rush them. So if you're going up against a typical hybrids team with the 3 Gohans, 1 Endurance, 1 Revival, and then FSK, you can isolate FSK, rush him with Fat Buu, get him out the way, and from there, hybrids just falls apart. So very, very good option. You also have Feint on his blue card that helps you isolate for a Rising Rush as well. So just a fantastic unit. One of my favourite units in this game. I know he's cancerous, I know a lot of people don't like facing him, but you have to admit, for a unit that's been out for a year and a half, there is no one like him. But yeah, that is it for my top 5. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you disagree with any of my choices or think that someone's better than the choices I've put, let me know down below. But as always, thank you for watching, like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.